This is One on One.
Newark is a great city, but it has huge problems. A quarter of our population lives in poverty, the crime rate is high, and the graduation rate is low. While searching for solutions, we were introduced to a place in the heart of the city called Newark Abbey. It's a 150-year-old monastery run by monks who wear black robes as they did in the 6th century. They operate a school for nearly 600 inner-city boys, and the school has a nearly 100% college acceptance rate.
It's a great school, and here are the filmmakers who are doing the documentary. It's called The Rule, Marylou and Jerome Bongiorno. Good to see you again.
Great to be here.
You're always making great films.
Great subjects,
Exactly.
especially this time.
You know, we just finished this interview with Father Edwin Leahy and St. Benedict's Prep celebrating the 40 years of him being there as a headmaster. By the way, why did you even do this documentary? You've been doing a series of documentaries. The other one, Revolution, 67, you know, looking back at the riots of...
Which is on Stars right now, which is
By the
great.
way, on Stars right now. By the way, where can people find out more about that documentary and your other work?
Our website is bongiornoproductions.com.
It's going to be up right there.
Yep.
We do that.
Great, thank you.
Why did you choose, of all the possible topics, why did you choose to look at St. Benedict's?
We see this as a solution film to follow up on Revolution 67, which outlined the problems of Newark, but because we live in Newark and are very passionate about it and want to see improvement, we found a model here for not just schools, it's for whole cities.
What do you see there? And Father Ed can tell his version. I've seen it myself, but what do you see? What did you see?
We see solutions. You know, just growing up in Newark, you know, kids are coming to school with baggage. Just growing up in any inner city, kids come to school with baggage. There's crime in the street. Sometimes they come from a dysfunctional family due to poverty. Dysfunction can include anywhere from an absentee father, a drug-addicted father, alcohol-dependent father, a father in prison, mother in prison, you know, total familial dysfunction. And so these kids come with this baggage to the school, and the school knows that they have to make it a priority that in order for these kids to succeed academically, they have to help these kids deal with that baggage.
So extensive counseling. We see community building. We see a student-run school, the group leader system,
Describe
and
that.
residents.
Father Ed talks about, and he talked about it here in the studio, really backing away and letting the students run it. But tell folks what that really means.
It literally means that students run the school.
By the way, we went to, Marylou and I went to a school where they did not actually let us run the school. At St. Peter's Grammar School, where we went to school, where we wore uniforms. You wore uniforms, we wore ties with white shirts. Your brother Dominic and I went. We were not able to run the school. Is that true?
Absolutely. Far from it.
Sister Mary Lois ran the school.
Absolutely.
Did she? And she gave us no power. And that's the way she wanted it. I just want to
know,
clarify, we had no power.
Zero.
Father Ed lets them have power to do what?
To literally run the school. There is a senior leader. There is an extensive, who basically runs the daily morning convocation. It's run, all the attendance is done
So there's
by
a
the group
problem.
leaders.
Students deal with it?
Yes, they call after school convo. They don't like the attitude of the students. You're back at 3 o'clock until as long as it goes, as long as it takes.
And the
we
role of the
documented
teacher
this.
in all this is?
Certainly support, but not primary. And the motto has been that don't do for a student what a student can do for himself or herself.
And you're documenting all this?
Yes.
Full access?
Full access. If you turn on the camera for 5 minutes, you'll get 5 minutes of dynamic stuff. And this is all day, practically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Okay, I want to be clear. When we say full access, because it starts early in the morning at St. Benedict's, right?
I should be very clear because it's a cloistered environment in the monastery.
Describe that, the Abbey, the whole Abbey situation for folks.
The film is really about Newark Abbey and its school, St. Benedict's Prep.
Describe the Abbey. Not everyone gets that, even that
It's-
term, what that means.
It's a group of Benedictine monks who follow a very set pattern during the day. They pray 5 times together. They're up very early in the morning, and they have ora e labora, they call it. So they have their prayer life, but their work is certainly, you know, the school and other great ministries. But what we found is, you know, this is a cloistered environment, the monastery, no women allowed. And yet we were given access, and I as a woman, a director, into the monks' cells, their rooms. So, I mean, they're completely open, and we are so privileged to have this gift, to have this story. I can't emphasize that
And
enough.
you're close, as we do this program, beginning in February of 2013, you're close to being finished.
Correct. It'll be ready this spring.
This is St. Benedict's Prep from a terrific documentary. Let's take a look at it.
Right, left, right.
When we first reopened in '73, we were committed to what people called experiential education.
We spent 3 weeks training for the 5-day hike.
Captain Warner, let's go.
These guys work together as teams, so you see them how they're lined up. Each line is its own team. The guy in the back wearing the white hat is their captain. What works with these challenges is that it gives them an opportunity to really push themselves to succeed. Kids want to succeed. I just don't think adults give them enough chances to.
You got a big smile on your face. Why?
Because every time you walk into the school, great things are happening. Kids are always doing stuff, teachers are doing stuff, monks are doing stuff. I mean, it's not like you have to wait. In fact, you're always scared that, oh my God, I put my camera down, I'm gonna miss something great. So,
You know, as filmmakers, right, you make a decision to go in. You say, this is where we're going to spend our time.
for the next couple of years.
Yeah, describe that for folks, because people have no idea what it takes. Forget about the time, then there's the money. Oh, the money, right?
We always
that.
talk about that.
Because
Yeah.
people are always throwing money at you, right?
Right.
Oh,
Saying,
yeah.
here,
Oh yeah, sure.
here's $1 million,
Yeah.
right?
Especially when you're doing this type of film. Right?
Exactly, big mass market appeal stuff, right? When you make that decision, and then you have to go out and raise the money, and then you spend 2 years, you don't know for sure what you're going to get. And then you find
We
the
were
gold mine.
confident.
Well,
with
You were,
what-
why were you so confident?
Because as newcomers, and we just stepped in, we saw a community, a real community that goes far beyond the walls. I mean, if you go there after hours, it's like, we call it the resort, because all different people, not just the students and their families, but are convening at all hours. We found alums playing basketball, alums.
It's open.
Yeah, but
We call it the diner. Actually, Father Ed calls it the diner. 24/7. They are available 24/7. That's the kind of access.
the clincher was Leahy House.
Yeah.
Leahy House. Put that in perspective, Drew.
It's a residence. The kids get to live there. The kids that are most vulnerable, that need a lot of, let's say, parenting, a lot of attention from the community, they get to live at the place for 24 hours, 7 days a week, because they need this. They need to be away from their dysfunctional environment, and they need to heal. They need to be taught to how to cope with their baggage.
And you call it Leahy House. I know Father Ed's going to get mad. I'm going to say this. It might be sacrilegious. He's a saint.
Oh, absolutely.
He should be mayor of the city. He really should be mayor of the city of Newark.
Yes.
Because he has done what he's done for 40 years, and now it is time to scale it.
But doesn't it show, I mean, we're not here to be a particularly political show, but doesn't it show that you can make a huge difference whether you're in public office or not? I mean, doesn't it, I mean, Father Ed's been there, and I remember I was at, Catholic high school at the time, Essex Catholic, went there, right, with your brother, and so many other kids in our neighborhood. It was a salvation for us. Neighborhood kids in Newark went to Essex Catholic. School doesn't exist anymore. Closed down, didn't have the money. Benedict's closed down. Father Ed at 26. We didn't think it was going to stay open. Look at the difference he's made. You don't have to be in public office to make a difference. Right?
No.
No.
Well, it helps to be in public office because then you have a lot more
Okay,
resources.
but finally,
But because they're committed, not just
Yes.
Father Leahy, but because they're committed and they're there, they're present
Yes.
in the city 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's not like they work there and live somewhere else.
Nah,
They
24/7.
live in Newark.
And they took a vow of stability. I should mention that Benedictine monks take a vow of stability. That means that to that monastery, they made a commitment to stay in Newark, and even though some left in '72,
Sure.
they stayed.
They stayed, and you stayed for at least a couple of years. And I know that folks who see the rule are going to get a lot out of it, and we're looking forward to it coming out. When again?
Spring.
Spring. And folks can find Revolution 67 on Stars. Good work.
Thank you.
From Tiffany Boulevard in Newark, New Jersey.
Same to you.
Exactly. We did all right.
Yeah.
For kids from the
Not too
neighborhood,
bad,
right? Good stuff. Marylou Bongiorno, Jerome Bongiorno, filmmakers from Newark, all about Newark. Stay with us. We'll be right back on One-on-One right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Investors Bank. Cohn Resnick, providing accounting, tax, and advisory services for more than 90 years. The Russell Berry Foundation. Fedway Associates, Inc. PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. The law firm of Gibbons P.C. and by Health First New Jersey. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey, and by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.